After hosting more than 11,000 dates over the years and seeing how couples can successfully come together and others don't, there's some dating mistakes guys are making. And so, right now, I want to help you with the things ladies hate that you do. And we're going to fix this in your dating life. All right, let's dive into it. Here's the 5 things ladies hate that you do in your dating world that you may be aware of or may not, but we're going to fix them right now. And the first one is just letting her lead. Now, this is common sense, but it's so hard to do in the real world. In other words, we have been so conditioned, and the nice guy syndrome permeates the culture, and so many guys are in the position where they feel lucky to have gotten the date, lucky to have the attention, lucky to get the girl's number or whatever the case may be. Or even here, if you're dating in Ukraine with a woman here, she's so beautiful, and it's, oh my gosh, I don't want to screw this up. And your thing is, I want to make her happy and not cause conflicts. Dominates your brain. And the problem with this is, as soon as you get to that place where you're going like, well, I don't know. What do you think about this, or what do you want to do? And you think in your head this nice guy logic that says, well, I want to be able to really wow her with giving her something she really likes. So what's wrong with just asking her what she wants? And the problem is the dynamic shifts and it frustrates the girl. I mean, they hate this. They hate this. They want you to be the man. They want to be swept away. They want the guy on the white horse to come in, grab her by the arm, pull him on the back behind her, and ride off, meaning he knows where he's going and he's just inviting her to join. And so one of the classic great things you can always do is come with an idea, come with a suggestion, come with an agenda, and invite her to come along, allowing for some flexibility, but being the one to lead the energy or the options. So it could go one of 3 different ways. You can first of all come in and say, if it's a first introduction, or even if it's you're married, you could say, hey, you know what? I really wanted to go to sushi tonight. I'm thinking about over there. I was going to enjoy it, but it'd really even better if you could join me. Would you like to come along? And that way you've already said, look, I'm going to have a good time. I'm going someplace I really like, but I'd enjoy your company. Would you come join me with a preset thing I'm already doing? That's one option. Another one is, if you haven't picked a place, you haven't gotten to know each other, this kind of thing, you say, you know what? I would love to go out. And for me, a really great time is to go over here to the steakhouse. And I don't know if you're a meat eater or not. I'm sure they've got vegetable food if you're not, or salads, but I'm just saying the atmosphere is great. Everything is cool here. Would that be cool with you, or do you have something else you would really, really love to do? But that way you come with an agenda and allow her to be in a place where she could say, no, that sounds great. Give her that position where her answer to your suggestion would be, no, that sounds great. And of course, the third thing would be is to have an open discussion about options. But you're the one who lays the options out. You say, hey, I've got 3 things we could do. I would be cool with any one of them. What do you think about Italian? What do you think about going roller skating? What do you think about walks in the park? I don't know. Whatever your options are, but you be the one to lay the agenda and then start the conversation. But you give her leading out to be the one to create the ideas and bring that about. The second thing that's characteristic for nice guy syndrome, and women hate this, is literally being afraid of them. And part of this is because you have so much energy built up inside of you about, oh my gosh, this is such a great opportunity, such a great date. And now anything they say, you curl and go, okay. I mean, literally, that's the response is, okay. And it's this shrinking away, reduction of your masculinity in anything she does. She feels this energy like, this guy's afraid of me. And honestly, in the nature of things, the woman inherently wants a protector provider, a strong guy. That's why they like the badass, because this guy can take care of himself and take care of her, right? So if that's the case, then coming along, if you're afraid of her, you cannot possibly protect her. And so that's the role. Now, this doesn't mean to go to the other extreme where you just roll over her. Woman, you're going to do what I want, or get, hell or highway, and these kind of things. But it's like you're not thrown. So if she comes at you with something, think about it and see if you can give it a playful twist back. If she comes back and says something sassy, it's like, we should have known that I was whatever. And you go, I'll add that to the book. But you're not rattled. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just don't be rattled by her. Don't show that you're afraid of her. And that is certainly going to go a long way. You'll have to think about that in your mind. I want to evaluate my interaction with women. I want to look back at myself, how I was. Were there moments I was afraid of her? And get into analyzing it. Why? What happened? What was the situation? And then visualize you doing it differently next time. The third thing that women hate in the dating world is for you to just treat her like she's your buddy. Now, again, this is a very common thing because guys are desperately trying to get comfortable. They're trying to get relaxed. Now they're around a pretty girl, and they're trying to figure out, how do I just be myself? And they fall back on the thing that they're accustomed to being like themselves, and that's about being around their buddies. And I've heard women literally complain about this. He goes, all night long, the guy kept slapping me on the shoulder, going, man, that sounds awesome. And he thinks he's buddying with her and creating a common rapport like he would with a guy friend. And the woman is just absolutely takes her out of her feminine energy, does not feel beautiful at that point, and you kill the dynamic tension between the masculine and the feminine there, the polarity that needs to happen. So don't treat her like one of your guy buddies, and keep that appropriate balance and tension. The fourth thing that women really hate in the dating world is that you just make assumptions about her motives. Now, this has to do with bringing your history in. It has to do with all kinds of things. And in fact, I just did a whole coaching session with a guy last night who's been dealing with an issue for a year and never got to get into the core reason why. And he says right now she's being less affectionate in my life than I want to be. And I said, well, have you addressed it? And he said, well, I told her I want you to be more affectionate. I go, well, dude, the affections is the symptom to the problem. What is it that's not making her want to grab you? What is it that's not creating this romantic energy? And so there's this assumption. So in his mind, he's already come up with all these reasons because he hasn't addressed it and actually asked the questions. Hey, this is what I see. And in my mind, it looks like this. Tell me what's really going on with you. Memorize that formula. Guys, what I just gave you was gold in 20 seconds. Hey, I got to ask you a question. When you just did this, what I heard it interpreted as in my world would be this, but I want to hear what you really meant by that. Replay that, write it down, memorize it, come back to that 1,000,003 times. The energy's good. It's not accusational. It's about creating a you're taking the presumption you have in your head thrown out there, and 9 times out of 10, the woman's going to come back and go, oh gosh, no, nothing like that at all. That's not what I meant. Then you have clarity, you give her a chance to come back, and you both are now in a better position. So go memorize that formula. The three things. Hey, this is what I heard you said. This is what it would have meant to me, and so it concerns me. I want to just give you a chance to tell me what does you really mean by that, and let's have a conversation. Good tone, lighthearted, direct to the point, unafraid of the conversation. Finally, the last thing women absolutely hate is you projecting your ex on them. Now, granted, there are women who have damage issues of their own, and they do the same on you, but let's start with you. You can control you, and the man leads the energy in the relationship. So there are so many times guys are triggered and ready for everything. And as soon as you find yourself saying, like, I've seen this before, that's just like so and so would have done, or any of those kind of things, or like, whoa, 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 you have to really question that. This is a different person, a different relationship, a different set of circumstances. And so before you just sit there gun shy, waiting for the bomb to drop, waiting for the negative, waiting for her to be the bat from hell like the last one was or something, if that's your perception, you got to give everyone a chance and do the same formula. Go back, and before you just assume, you can honestly say, hey, look, I saw this behavior or what you said, and I got to tell you, and I apologize, it's me. Unfortunately, in my past, I had somebody say that. And when they said that, this is what they would have meant. And so I do not want to cast that on you, but please tell me what you want to meant, because I want to have a different experience with you. Again, those 30 seconds are gold and will save your life. Memorize it, write it down, write that formula down, and carry it with you forever. Because you want to live with a lightness of being, to be fully in love and enjoy the love of every person you're with, which means you can't do that if you're carrying baggage, resentment, hate from the past, and you're ready at the trigger to just accuse somebody else of being the same person that you had in the past. So those are my 5 dating tips of things women hate that you can easily fix if you're aware of them now, to go on and really create deep romantic relationships of love and attraction, and it'll change your life forever. So if you appreciated these, be sure you subscribe to the channel if you're here on YouTube, and hit that alarm to get all the notifications that are coming in. And if you'd like for us to introduce you to somebody, we have a program at Dream Connections for helping you meet ladies from Ukraine for long-term relationships. We've helped connect over 400 marriages and less than 5% divorce. And the benefit is we know all the ladies personally. It's not like all the other companies out there that have to rely on some third party agency that has a relationship. So they don't personally have any idea who the girls are. They're learning at your expense who is this girl you're dating. We know our ladies. We love them. And then we get to know you guys. That way we have such a high success rate. It's worth the investment in a company that actually knows the ladies. So I hope that makes sense. If you want to, just fill out a profile form and we'll look forward to talking to you and helping you introduce you to the love of your life.